Hey guys, I'm going to do a little bit different video today. It's not our normal style, but I've gotten so many questions and compliments on the cushion covers that I made that I decided I'll do a tutorial and show you how it's done. So it's just too much to explain, so I think maybe seeing it would be better. So let's make some cushions today. Okay, now I want you to know I'm not like a expert sewer seamstress. I dabble and can do a little bit, but for a long time, anything that had a zipper in it, I ran from because that just scared me because I didn't really know what I was doing. But it's not that hard, so don't be intimidated. These cushions covers come together really quickly and easily, and I'm going to walk you through it. So the first thing, obviously, you need some foam. There's lots of tutorials about, you know, wrapping the foam and stapling it on the back, but our cushions didn't have any wood, it was really important to me that I could take them off and I can wash them. And also, I don't know if you've ever had cushions that are like fighting a war to get them on. So it was important to me that the zipper was large enough to make it easy to go in. So you'll see it's actually, the zipper will actually wrap around the side a little bit just to make it easy to get on and off. Okay, so obviously you're gonna measure, whoops, that's the wrong end. Obviously you're gonna measure your cushion. So mine is, I think it's supposed to be 20. These are older, so they're a little rounded. So we're gonna say 20 by, we'll make it 27.5. And then also it's important for you to get your depth. And we'll say that's 5, okay? Those are important because we gotta do a little bit of math now. Okay, so for the math part, you're going to take your longest length. So mine was 27, and you're going to add the depth of your cushion just once, so 27 plus 5, and then we're going to add 1 more inch for the seam allowance. So that's 33. Then you're going to take the shorter length across. You're going to do 2 of those. So you're going to double that, plus the length or the depth 2 times, plus a seam allowance. So 20 plus 20 plus 5 is 51. So, and that's how you get your final piece. This is just a 1-piece cushion cover tutorial. So we're gonna cut a piece that's 33 by 51. Okay, once you've got your piece cut out, I know doing that math can be a little challenging, so hopefully I explained it well and you understand. That's probably the hardest part. I fold my piece in half, and we're going to get ready to start boxing some of the corners. So you're going to cut out corners, and the measurement is going to be half of your depth. So mine is 5 inches, so I'm going to cut in 2.5 and 2.5 to make a little cutout of a corner here, okay? Once I get one side done, I just use this as a template to cut out the other side. And again, I have my fabric doubled, so I'm just cutting through 2 thicknesses at one time to save time. Okay, so you've got your corners cut out, and now we're going to start boxing them. You'll see it all come together. We're kind of doing like half of the depth at a time. So all you want to do is fold these 2 sides together, right sides together, and you're just going to sew from here to here to start that corner. And all of the seam allowances are 1/2 inch on this tutorial. And make sure you do the back stitch to give it a little extra strength on those corners. the wear and tear. We want it to hold up. So go ahead and do all 4 corners. Alright, at this point you should have a rectangle, or depending, it should be a rectangle. And if you kind of fold it in half, it kind of helps you see, okay, yeah, I have the right size, this is looking good, okay? And think about where you want your zipper. So for me, I want it on the longest side to make it easy to put in there, okay? So then you're just going to pin your zipper on. I know that my zipper doesn't match, but I get some really good deals at this discount fabric store, and this was 35 cents. So I don't care if it matches or not. I am not a perfectionist. You could measure and make sure you get it exactly in the center. I just kind of eyeball things. So, but for the zipper, you're gonna put the zipper, same thing as fabric. You want the right sides together. So it looks upside down, because it is. But when we turn it over, we'll get just the zipper showing, okay? So you're gonna pin that on and get it, ow! Don't pin yourself. Pin the zipper to the fabric. Carefully. Alright, make sure you change your to your zipper foot so you can get as close as you can to that zipper, and also change your needle placement so you don't break your needle. Been there, done that. Ask me how I know. Alright, and then you're just going to come in and sew right along there, and you'll feel it. The zipper foot won't allow it to get too close. Also start with a back stitch so we keep that zipper in place. Okay. Good stuff. Alright, so you've got your zipper on one side. Now we're going to fold it to get to the other side. You want to focus on the corners that we already boxed. We're going to line them up with the side that doesn't have a zipper, and actually just kind of fold them right in half and really line them up really well, okay? And the same thing on the other end, so we get a perfect boxed corner. Just kind of unfold it. Use your fingers to line up those seams perfectly. And then your zipper's there, so now you just kind of have to turn your zipper out enough. It wants to hide in there. Okay, we're gonna bring these together with the zipper, but just kind of unfold it just to get that raw edge. And then you're gonna clip that along the other side. Once that side is pinned, you're just gonna sew it like you did the other side, close to the zipper. It's a little tricky because we've got the bulk of the other side, but just take your time and go slow and you can get in there. Once you've got your zipper sewn on both sides, I like to go back in and just reinforce it at the end and the beginning. So I just fold this in half and take it right up there and sew in about 1/2 inch. And I just go use the back stitch and just go over this a couple times just to hold that zipper in place really well. We're getting close to being done. You're doing great. Now it's already folded in half. We've got our zippers together, so we're just going to sew from the zipper down the short side on both sides. Before you do that, you definitely want to reach in there and open your zipper or you're going to have a tough time getting your cushion cover apart. Okay, so let that hang open, and then just a 1/2 inch. Mine's holding together pretty well. I'm not gonna pin it. I try to avoid pins, but you do what you need to do, okay? Okay, just one more step and we are done. So the last thing we want to do is box the corners that we just sewed. And it's just a little bit different than the original ones. You did 1/2 of what your depth was. Mine's 5, so I did 2.5. Now, just on the side, this already has the seam allowance, so that will be the same. And then the other side is just going to be a 1/2 inch less. So it will be 2 inches and 2.5. All right, I just want to explain this one more time. So the length from the side that has a seam is the same. So mine's 2.5. And then this side that's just folded, that gets a 1/2 inch less. So mine is 2. So for this, we have a rectangle rather than a square like we did on the other ones. And I'll do the exact same thing. I measured it once, and then I'm going to bring it over here and just use it as a template. All right, these will be just a little bit different because it's sewed together. So this is what we cut out. And now we're going to take these corners, kind of pull them out to the sides, and the other part will straighten out. So it looks like that. Okay, I'll show you again because I know if you've never done it, it's a little confusing. So we've got our corner cut out, taking these corners and pulling them and flattening. And then I'm just going to sew that 1/2 inch. Do the same thing on both sides. All right, we got it. So it's inside out right now. And that's actually the best way to put it on your cushion. So I'm going to grab my cushion. It's actually easiest to line it up this way. I just kind of put it on my arms. You can feel those corners, and then I just kind of line this up. And then, easier said than done, but you can just kind of fold it over. My fabric's pretty heavy. It's like a very heavy-duty upholstery fabric, so it's a little tricky to work with. Got this down too far. I promise it's right. It's just taking a minute. There we go. Hey, hey, hey! Looks like a cushion to me. Okay. Voila! Now you could finish your insides if you want. I'm just not that particular, so that was not going to happen for me. Also, a couple tips. My fabric is not especially directional. Doesn't matter, but if you have stripes or something, you're going to want to just take your time to think about which direction you're cutting and which way you want your stripes to go. And also, if this is something you want to take on and off, it's always recommended that you pre-wash your fabric and dry it so that it doesn't shrink after you've worked hard on your creation. There you have it. My fabric's a little wrinkly. I didn't iron it since this was a second cover, but there you have it. That is the tutorial of how to make the cushions. I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understand it. And I would love to see what projects you make. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.